All right, Shalom. Want to give our praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His Son, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushua, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to my apostle, elders, great meals on the Ruel. Peace and salutation, all the Akim, pushing this truth with our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom, shalom. This your brother Tata Debar coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua. And today's lesson is basically, I'm gonna title it "Freedom of Speech." Because we're clearly coming in a time where they're going to start trying to control the narrative. They're going to start coming down with these different draconian laws concerning the internet, and then after the internet, as far as the highways and hedges. So I'm going to play various clips as far as videos, probably do a little commentating, and then I'm going to jump straight into the scriptures, and Lord willing, it's an edifying lesson.
Hold on, B. We gonna get this work.
According to Department of Homeland Security reports, Facebook has replaced almost every other CIA information gathering program since it was launched in 2004.
After years of secretly monitoring the public, we were astounded so many people would willingly publicize where they live, their religious and political views, an alphabetized list of all their friends' personal email addresses, phone numbers, hundreds of photos of themselves, and even status updates about what they were doing moment to moment. It is truly a dream come true for the CIA.
Much of the credit belongs to CIA agent Mark Zuckerberg, who runs the day-to-day Facebook operation for the agency. The decorated agent, codenamed the Overlord, was recently awarded the prestigious Medal of Intelligence Commendation for his work with the Facebook program, which he has called, quote, the single most powerful tool for population control ever created. Among the biggest successes of the Facebook program is Operation Farmville, which the CIA credits with pacifying as many as 85 million people after unemployment rates rose dramatically.
Got my money?
The US is losing an information war to alternative media outlets, including RT. That's the message from Hillary Clinton to Congress members who are questioning the State Department's $47 billion budget request for next year. And as RT's Ghani Chichikan reports now, the US Secretary of State says Washington needs to step up its propaganda efforts.
War declared. The U.S. is now officially in an information battle with foreign media, which provide alternative views on world news. Views which often run in contrast to the coverage of events by the U.S. mainstream media.
We are in an information war, and we are losing that war. I'll be very blunt in my assessment. Al Jazeera is winning. The Chinese have opened up a global English language and multi-language television network.
And she's saying that because they're coming as communism in China. They have a social credit system going on now these days in China where you can't speak against the government. You get penalized. That's what they want. That the Barack Obama term and Hillary Clinton, that whole administration, they want that here in America, and when they're gradually ushering that in.
Russians have opened up an English language network. I've seen it in a few countries, and it's quite instructive. We are cutting back. The BBC is cutting back.
Some 5 years ago, Western media outlets, including BBC and CNN, had a near monopoly in the coverage of world news. Things have changed since then. More and more viewers across the world tune into various foreign media to get a fresh take on events.
Clearly, the United States feels on the defensive, in part because it can no longer monopolize not only the terms of, authority in these countries, but also the terms of the debate. There's other information out there. There are other points of view. And those points of view are profoundly damaging to a country that believes that its point of view is the only point of view, or should be the only point of view.
RT presence on YouTube is one example. Almost 300 million views, as opposed to CNN that has around 3 million. RT is
And what happened in this new term since Russia and the Ukraine situation? They have banned RT on different platforms because they don't want the people here in America that actually see what's really going on, man. They don't want them to have the real truth. That's why they feed them CNN and various other platforms to keep them pacified, man. Because these Americans are dumb as hell.
Constantly growing audience is already an indication to many that the days of media monopoly are over, and people demand a multipolar approach to news.
You know, there's no real commitment to the kind of freedom of diverse speech that we really need if we're going to be in a democracy at home and in a community of nations overseas.
To many, Hillary Clinton's speech a few weeks ago on freedom of internet seemed contradictory to the treatment that sources like WikiLeaks are getting. U.S. legislators are now crafting a law that would give the administration increased flexibility to go after WikiLeaks and the likes. And now the administration is seeking more funding to step up U.S. propaganda efforts abroad.
During the Cold War, we did a...
They want more funding to step up propaganda abroad. Come on, man. Showing you that they want to control the narrative, which they've been doing. They've been controlling the narrative, man. I'm going to jump down.
Now, the good news is that almost all the big tech platforms now acknowledge some responsibility for content on their platforms, and they're investing in large teams of people to monitor it. Given the sheer volume of content, this strategy can feel like a game of whack-a-mole. Still, in talking to people at these companies, I believe they are sincere in trying to limit content that engages in hate speech, encourages violence, or poses a threat to public safety. They genuinely are concerned about it. They want to do something about it. But while content moderation can limit the distribution of clearly dangerous content, it doesn't go far enough.
And
The U.S. is...
This is where we at, man. That's his grandson. Showing this all, it's number control opposition. This has been set up, man. Remember, all these different social media platforms were set up for people to give out their information. Let's jump into the scriptures, man. We're in an information war. That's what I'm gonna title it: Information War / freedom of speech. Real quick, this is Deuteronomy. No, this is Jeremiah 51 and 25. Because the Lord is gradually destroying Babylon the Great. Hegemony, its power, everything in the system is being destroyed, man. This is Jeremiah 51 and 25. Behold, I'm against thee, O destroying mountain. And that's America. Going to all various other countries, destroying them, pillaging them, bringing them democracy, which destroys the nation. You know, all these different various tactics that America uses against the other nations, and also the nation of Israel, mainly the nation of Israel. But you can clearly see that he's still to his old tricks, man. And it says, behold, I'm against thee, O destroying mountain, said the Lord, which destroys all the earth. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee and roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burned mountain. This is what you see. The Lord is rolling. He's gradually rolling Esau, Edom out of his position of power. He's rolling him out of position of power, and he said, make him a burned mountain, man. That mountain represents government. Because ultimately, the America's going to get hit with ICBM missiles, man. This place is going to be a sacrifice. He said it should be a sacrifice in Basra. And that represents who? Esau, Edom. Because they're the modern day Pharaoh. They're the modern day so-called Egyptians. They're the modern day Babylonians. Because all their customs go back to all these other empires that was in position of rulership. And real quick, this is a book of Psalms 9 and 15, because all Esau Edom traps is falling upon himself, man. Like the Rothschild said, the internet should have never been made, man. And the internet was made for, I think, for military purposes. And this is Psalms 9 and 15. The heathen sunk down in the pit that they have made, and the net which they had hid is their own foot taken. And that's what you see, man. The internet was really pushed forth to spread the gospel of Yahweh Shemal Shah, the unicorn, to usher in what? The elect, the kingdom of heaven, that do a lot of the heavy lifting. So like the apostles always say, they didn't have to go to Ghana. They didn't have to go to different various places in South America where the brothers is teaching. They didn't have to go across the pond or in London or various states, because the internet did the heavy lifting, man. The spirit, it said by the spirit that was gathered, man. Let me read it again. Psalms 9:15. The heathen are sunk down in the pit that they have made. And you see that. This is why they're trying to control the narrative. This is why they're trying to come down on these so-called different platforms on far as their content on the internet, man. Because they're getting exposed. All the wickedness shit that Esau Edom's doing with these kids and on these organs, all types of madness that this devil's doing. He's getting exposed on all levels, man. Even amongst his own people was exposed on Psalm 64:8. The tongue shall fall upon himself, man. And it says, in the net which they hid is their own foot taken. And that's what you're seeing, man. The Lord is gradually taking them out of position of power, man. Like it says, Jacob hand was upon Esau Edom's heel. We're pulling this devil out of power, and it starts with this ministry. It starts with the word, man. Because this says what? Our weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but spiritual. We're what? Pulling down the strongholds. So we're pulling out the strongholds and lies that Esau Edom has betrayed and pushing across the four corners of the earth. Starting with his so-called Christianity, his so-called religions. All this stems back to Satan, man. And we're casting all these damn lies down, man. Even with the small hat people exposing their ass and showing that they're not the true people of the book, man. Everything that this devil has been pushing around the world is getting exposed through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemal Shah. And then mainly the heavy lifting is off the internet. This is why he wants to get rid of the internet and bring forth his own form of internet, which he can control the narrative. Just like over there in China. This is Isaiah 25:7. And you best believe it, man. They're going to do it. Because this is written, a famine of the word must come. They're gonna do it, and because when they do it, it's gonna be some type of cyber attack, some type of major event that's gonna take place, where the internet's gonna be down for a while. This is Isaiah 25:7, and he will destroy in this mountain. This mountain represents this government, Esau Edom, and it said he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all people, and the veil that was spread over all nations. That's what you're seeing, man, through the unicorn. And the Most High Spirit and through the Yahweh Shemal Shah has been declared to the four corners of the earth. And he destroying all Esau Edom's lies, all his fraud, all his deception. This is getting exposed in these last days, man. And there's nothing he can do about it, man. That covering cast of being the so-called liberal person, likes to help people, so-called kind, all that shit getting exposed to being the devil, man. All the other heathen nations like India, Iran, Iraq, all these nations seeing that Esau Edom is the devil. He's the so-called devil. Even their own people see that, man. Because it's Edomites in Russia. All of it's Edomite against Edomite, kingdom against kingdom. And that's why it says that kingdom be divided, they cannot stand. Satan divided against Satan. This is what you're seeing, man. And so the kingdom has been exposed. It's been exposed at an all-time high through the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shah. And everybody's seeing that Esau Edom cannot be trusted, man. So-called white man is in the position of straits. Because everybody's seeing he can't be trusted. He's used this internet as a CIA, FBI type platform to monitor people, man. This is Nahum 3:5. Behold, I am against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face. And this is what you're saying. That's why he wants to get rid of the internet. That's why Hillary Clinton said we're losing the information war, because they're getting exposed, man. They're getting exposed for grabbing up kids in these various different islands like Haiti and things like that. They're getting exposed on everything, man. And it's through the spirit of the Lord, man. He said, behold, I'm against thee, said the Lord of hosts, and I will discover thy skirts upon thy face, and I will show thy nations thy nakedness, and the kingdoms thy shame. And everybody's saying that America's nothing but a fucking hypocrite. They practice what they preach. They teach hypocrisy over here. And like China said, how can you tell us how to treat our people, and look how you treat the Negroes over there? So America's nothing but a bunch of damn hypocrites and lies, man. No, it's getting exposed in the last days, man. Verse 6, and I will cast abominable filth upon thee, and make thee a vow, and will set thee as a gazing stock. Everybody's laughing, America, man. You got the nasty people in your military on your front lines. You got the flip-flop people in your damn offices as so-called leaders in these different positions in your administration. It's a fucking laughing stock, man. Nobody takes this place serious anymore, man. America is circling the drain, as Apostle Gabar always brings out. It's circling the drain, man. It's on its way out, man. This is the book of Luke. Luke 21 and verse 15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay or resist. And that's this wisdom, knowledge, understanding. That's the word, man. This is why they want to get us off the internet, because we're cutting up everything that they're coming with, man. The vocab Malones, all these so-called Christians and pastors, they're getting cut up through the spirit. They don't know what to tell their congregation, because they see that the Hebrew Israelites, the apostles and elders, all these guys on the internet, they're coming out with the Bible, and everything they're bringing out is manifesting, it's coming true. And they're asking their pastors, and their pastors ain't got nothing to tell them, man. Because that what? Hey, it's the wisdom, knowledge, understanding according to the Heavenly Father, according to the Spirit, man. That's why he said, I will give you a wisdom, knowledge, understanding that your adversary should not be able to gainsay or resist. Because just nothing you can do against the truth before the truth, man. Anything that you try to come against the truth with is actually beneficial, man. It's beneficial for the truth to usher in the kingdom of heaven, man. Like brother said, man, some brothers woke up watching brothers on what is it? Dang. I can't even think of this that platform, man. It'll come back to me. This is John. Because you got niggas that was making mockery, and while they was trying to make mockery, brothers woke up on them videos, man. As niggas trying to make mockery of the prophets, brothers woke up onto the videos, man. Like we said, there's nothing you can do against the truth before the truth, man. This is John 9:4. I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night come when no man can work. And that's the spirit you're supposed to be in. You're supposed to be in the spirit of pushing and hastening the day that is coming. Because it's going to come a time we ain't going to be able to push this work, man. Ain't going to be able to go in the highways and hedges. Ain't going to be able to make videos and push the words of Yahweh Shem Al Shah. Because we know what the days of evil are approaching, man. We're redeeming the times because the days are evil. And we can clearly see that the times that we're living in are drawing very close with some major event, something major can take place, man. Everything around us is lining up through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai, because Yahweh Shai is what the spirit of prophecy. So all the prophecies are lining up, so we can clearly see that the famine of the word is at hand as well, man. But we have to be what? We have to be in the spirit of keep hastening in the day of his coming by working the work of him that sent us while it's still day. That day represents the time you in now, man. Before that night come, when you ain't gonna be able to push, hey man, you gotta give it your all, man. That's why Apostle Ricard, the spirit's on him. Hey, that lukewarm spirit, man, you better get out of that shit. Hey, we're in the spirit of grace. With the Lord just having mercy on us, man. So while you got in this time of grace, use not your liberty to the occasion of the flesh. Galatians 5:13. But to what? Love and serve one another. And how you love and serve one another? By pushing this word, man. By pushing the word. This is John 7:34. Ye shall seek me and shall not find me. And that's the spirit that's coming. You 2/3 niggas, you're going to be seeking the Lord, but you ain't going to be able to find it. Because why? The Lord is speaking through his prophets, man. Luke 1:70. He said, you should seek me and shall not find me. Because it's going to come a time where you ain't going to be able to find brothers' channels. It's going to come a time where you ain't going to see us on the highways and hedges. So you're going to be seeking the Lord, but you ain't going to be able to find him. That's why it says, make no terror and turn to the Lord and put out for naught from day to day. And how you seek the Lord, man? By the mouth of the prophets, man. Real quick. Luke 1:70. Luke 1:7. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. So the Lord, the Yahweh, the Father, uses the prophets, man. He uses the prophets as his mouthpiece since the world began. So ain't nothing changed. The playbook ain't changed, man. The prophets has been always on the scene trying to tell the sons of God, Yasharallah, the princes of the power, the Israelites, to get right, or get destroyed, man. And that's the same message we coming today. If you don't get right with the Lord, he's justified with destroying your ass, man. And you can't say you ain't hear the word because the word went out. This is why you're seeing everything taking place. The famine of food, the pestilence, the insurrection, the uproars of the people, wars and rumors of wars, the MOTB at the rise, the fall of Babylon the Great with the parts of economics. Everything is happening before your face. And that's what the spirit of Yahweh Shai, the spirit of prophecy, man. So we have to be in the spirit of hastening the day of his coming, man. And not in that lukewarm spirit. It's Amos. Because this is the heavy prophecy that's going to take place. Amos 8 In verse 11, behold, the days come, said the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread or thirst of water, but of hearing the words of Yahweh. And that's what's coming, man. The words of Yahweh by Shem Shai. Hey, it's not gonna be accessible for you guys that want to be lukewarm, that want to take your time, that think everything's sweet, everything's good. Because you can go watch the game and you can go to a basketball, football game again, and you ain't got to put the mask on. All that cares of the world. Hey, like the scripture say, in the day of thy securities, thou shall be destroyed, man. And peace, and when they said peace and safety, then sudden destruction shall fall upon them. That's what's coming. That's what's coming for you niggas. Because you thought everything was good. You thought everything was back to normal. And that sudden destruction is actually gradually being manifested before your eyes. But the Lord said, blessed is your eyes to see and your ears to hear. You can't see it or hear it, that it's actually is getting to that climax scene, man. That music is starting to escalate like on them dramatic movie scenes. That's what's happening. But 2/3 niggas can't see that. These heathen can see it because the scriptures say what? Hey, the children of the night are wiser than the children of the day. Esau, Edom can see that his kingdom's falling. He can see the way things are going. It's not good. But niggas can't see that shit, man. They worrying about the damn NBA finals, the goddamn draft, and bullshit. Shit that don't fucking matter, man. In verse 12, and they shall wander from sea to sea and from north even to east. They shall run to and fro to seek the word of the Lord and shall not find it. So they're going to be running to and fro to find the men of the Lord on the highways and hedges. They're going to be trying to search the pages, but they ain't going to be able to find it, man. Because the Lord is doing what? He's sealing, and the doors of mercy are being closed. Just like the time of Noah, when that door was closed. This is what you're seeing, man. It's a spiritual ark. And he said that the Son of Man should return just like in the time of Noah, roughly paraphrasing. We're in that time. People giving into marriage, they're still doing what they want, man. They giving into the occasion of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and all these things. They're just doing what the fuck they want. And the Lord's going to do what? He's going to come in as a thief in the night. He's going to catch you off guard, man. And this was coming, man. This was coming. Because, hey, we ain't going to be teaching forever. This is Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 26. And I will make thy tongue cleave to the roof of thy mouth, that thou shalt be dumb, and shall not be to them a reprover. And that's what's coming. The Lord's going to put the spirit on us. We ain't going to be out there teaching, man. We ain't going to be a reprover, correcting you, getting you right in the ways of the Heavenly Father, telling you not to smoke cigarettes and not to eat pork and not try to pop another man woman. We ain't going to be telling you, we ain't going to be a reprover to you. It's going to be, hey, you got your truth, right? Because like you niggas say, you got your truth, right? We're going to see, man. We're going to see how this going to help you in the day of judgment, man. It says, for they are a rebellious house. And that's niggas. You're a rebellious house. Rebellious as what, man? 1 Samuel 15:23. Rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft, man. So a lot of you niggas is nothing but witches and warlocks, man. You niggas and you bitches, man. That's all you is. A bunch of niggas and a bunch of witches and warlocks, man. And the Lord got your number, man. Your days are numbered, just like Esau, Edom. You're going to get destroyed, man. And I'm going to end it with this, because we're coming in a time where, hey, Lord he's just dealing with the elect at the end of the day. The elect see it. They can see the writings on the wall that something major as far as this internet with Elon Musk buying Twitter. All this lines up with prophecy, man. All this lines up with the famine of the word and something major taking place. This is Matthew chapter 24. I end it with this. Matthew 24 and verse 24. For there shall arise false Mashiachs, false prophets, and we see that, and shall show great signs and wonders, and so that if that were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. It said if that were possible. It's not possible, man. Because the elect, they see through the bullshit, man. The elect is calling it out, man. That's why I said, blessed your eyes to see and your ears to hear. The elect see the madness, man. But it says what in Isaiah 60? It said the earth is in gross darkness and gross darkness to people. These people can't see what the hell's going on because they don't have the spiritual eyesight, man. They don't have the eyesight. They don't have the vision. And then the Lord's not dealing with it, man. And 2/3 of the nation of Israel, the Lord got your number, man. And apparatus the men that's out here pushing ain't part of that, man. Because we see the judgments at hand. We see the prophecies. We see the famine of the food. We see the charagma at the rise, the MOTB. We see everything that the spirit of Yahweh Shai has been saying, the spirit of prophecy, is manifesting, man. So with this internet and this freedom of speech and the information war, it's about to escalate very, very soon where they're going to just crash it and just cut the internet off very soon, man. and usher in a new internet where it'll be monitored, and you have to have permission basically, and you have to be part of the system to get on. So that's what's coming, man. So with that, Lord willing, let's edify, let's through the Spirit. And I want to say, call Halayim La, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, Ba'Shem Kakodash. Double honors to my apostle, elders, great millstone of the well. Peace and salutation, all the Aki, and pushing this truth and our righteousness and sincerity. Shalom.